Hi, it's Marina the Soul Alchemist, and it is time for Pick Your Own Card Weekly Guidance for the 15th through to the 21st of April. So, using the Akashic Oracle card deck, I am going to be revealing the messages, the themes, and the energies supporting you over the next 7 days. And we are back in normal surroundings, and hopefully, the quality of the video is a little bit sharper than what it was last week. So, this week, we definitely have more of a theme. The bonus card this week is about karmic challenges, which makes perfect sense to me. And we do have this beautiful theme running through all of the cards. All of the cards, it's going to make total sense. And there's a couple of messages that are coming through all of these 3 cards. So tune into your card, listen to the focus, but please listen to all of the cards as well. So do make that a time just to listen to the whole lot, because you're going to get the fullness and the richness of this reading. But essentially, and I think this is something that we really need to, because I know the energies have been up and down. People have been really affected by the eclipse. Just like the Schumann resonance has kind of like been really spiking. People's like sensitivity to the ascension process has really been ramped up. And I think these cards kind of reflect the way that we need to approach life in general, if we possibly can, because this is how we receive more. This is where we can step into our flow and, yeah, really kind of work on the receiving muscle and how we choose to receive. Do we want to receive through struggle, hardship, challenge, blood, sweat, tears? Or do we want to receive through inspiration, creativity, joy, expansiveness, space, harmony? Which would you prefer? And what is the result of that abundance, or that, whatever it is that we call in, depending on how, we receive it? What actions have we taken in order to receive things through, those different types of energies? And these cards are inviting us to consider having a week where we receive in quite a different way, where we show up in a different way, just to see what prosperity, what wealth, what abundance, what inspiration ideas we can open ourselves up to when we approach things in a different way. And this is going to take self-awareness of when we are falling back to old patterns, old behaviors, old mindsets, old ways of being, conditioning. And it's going to take that realignment. And I always talk about self-awareness, because that's where we get our knowledge, we get our understanding of how we are showing up, and it's where we can claim back our power. It's where we have our empowerment, is through our self-awareness. So the first card that's coming up is renew and relax. And so how can you be more relaxed? How can you renew yourself? What activities can you do to be in this place of renewal and just allow the abundance to pour in whilst you're going off to the spa, whilst you're chatting and sitting with friends or with family and doing all of these beautiful things and just chilling out and having this trust that I can still receive abundance and flow and good things, even though I'm not working for it, in inverted commas. Even though I'm resting and relaxing and having fun and time off, I can still receive. I can receive good things. I can receive things that are aligned for me, things that are going to make me happy. And we can really struggle with that, because quite often we're in that conditioning of needing to earn it. Only allowing ourselves to relax when we've done all of the things and we've ticked all the boxes and we've got everything off our to-do list. Then we allow ourselves to relax, because our mind isn't going back to, well, I've just got to do that thing. And I'm going to continue to think about that thing, and I'm not going to fully relax because that thing's just still on my list and it's still in my head. We have a lot of deep conditioning around giving ourselves permission to renew and relax on a whim because our body feels like it, not because we've done all of the things and it's like, you know, it's almost like a yardstick or a punishment thing. It's like, you've got to do all of this before you can have that. It's very much, you know, that's a kind of like real taskmaster type of way, but it's how we are conditioned and taught. And it does have a place when we're trying to achieve our goals and we need to keep going and stay motivated or keep going through the resistance, then that works. But if we just want to renew and relax and actually have some time off, do we put conditions in place before we allow ourselves to have the time off? And so if we can try and extend and work with the receiving muscle in a different way, where we just receive from a place of joy, and this just feels good, then what we're going to actually allow to come in is going to be more, and it's going to be more in alignment. It's going to be more fulfilling, and there will be probably more of it. So if you've got picked this card as your main card, how can you bring more renewal and relaxing in to your week so that you can actually renew and relax, but do it, test the water and do it where you are not putting things in place before you're allowing yourself to renew and relax. Just make the decision, I'm going to renew and relax. And you might find it very uncomfortable. So just note that. Why is this so uncomfortable? Why am I putting conditions in place before I can take time off? What's that all about? Where's that come from? And you can open up your awareness around where that is rooted, do some healing around it. We'll just make the decision. That stops. I'm not going to do that anymore. Or I'm going to lessen the amount of times that I do that. And just see how it opens up then your receptive and receiving muscle, because you will see a shift there. And that's what I want you to look out for. But I also want you to see where the discomfort is, because we want to look at that discomfort so we can release it. We don't want to avoid the discomfort. We want to notice it, but we still want to do that renewal and relaxing. So that's card one. So let me know how that resonates. Let me know if you want to get a deck of cards, or if you'd like to have a session with me, and I can support you for a whole year with 4 sessions with 3-month forecasts, with Akashic healing, all of the things, very intuitive, very bespoke, each session, and it's me supporting and holding space for you over the whole 12 months. Reach out if you want to know more about that particular Oracle card package. So if you pick card 2, again, for me, this is about being in our power. It's about receiving. And this is directly speaking to your inner authority. And I know we've had the inner authority card not so long ago. And this is about, again, there's not much movement in this card. She's claiming her place back on the lion. She's getting herself comfortable, and it's almost like, you know, she's got her crown back on, and it's like, right, we're back in the driving seat. But we're not moving. We're just kind of like relishing in this inner authority and this power that I've now reclaimed, and I'm sitting within, and I'm just kind of adjusting to that. But I don't have to do anything in order to, again, validate my inner authority and power. It is my inner authority and power, and it is mine. It is mine by right. And so I'm sitting with that knowledge that I am powerful, and that I am sovereign, and that if I'm conscious and self-aware of who I am and what I do and who I be and my choices and my actions, my beliefs, my habits, behaviors, The more awareness that I bring to that, the more inner authority I create, the more inner authority I connect to and can feel sovereign in. But she's not doing anything in this card. And this is where it comes back to this card. We're not doing anything in this card either. We know that we have a divine right to renew and relax, and the flow comes in. She has a divine right to be in her authority and be sovereign. And so she's wearing all of this gold. She's in this high vibration. She has her crown. The abundance is all here. She's wearing it. It's all around her. It's in nature. It's this beautiful divine source light that's coming in, that's lighting her all up. And so she's in her inner authority. She's in her sovereignty. She's in her power. But we don't need to do anything to do that other than acknowledge that we claim it back. And that we recognize where we're not in our power and how we claim that back also. So there's this real, again, it's about receiving knowledge. It's about receiving the abundance that's all around us. It's about receiving our sovereignty, our power, that self-reflection. It's about receiving that. It's about seeing that. And that's the power of this particular card, is being in your inner authority, but knowing you don't have to do anything to earn that. It's just about you claiming it. Just like we don't need to do anything to renew and relax, we've just got to claim it. We've just got to be it. And it's a decision. It's a decision. So this is a decision as well. And it's not about the doing, it's about the being. So you can see how these two are connecting. We're not doing anything to earn our authority. We are just claiming our authority through our awareness, through our sovereignty. And where we don't feel like we're in our inner power, then that's where we make the adjustments to reclaim that back. And it's a state of being. It's something that we are. It's something that we be. It's not something that we do. So, the theme of this week is very much about being rather than doing. And this abundance and this flow, the ideas, the inspirations, the potentiality, all of that I mentioned at the very beginning is what we tap into. We tap into that. We receive it. We're opening up our receiving muscle, our receptive space, energy to receive that. She's just receiving all of this beautiful golden light. She's put her crown back on. She's being on the lion. She's being in her authority. So let me know if you pick card 2 as your main focus. Go back and listen to card 1, because that will add extra layers to that particular message and card. Now, if you pick card 3 as your main focus, please go back and listen to cards 1 and cards 2, because they build up to card 3. But your card 3, again, is a being, not a doing card. And it's financial freedom, which is amazing. So we've got renew, relax, inner authority, financial freedom. So we've got really beautiful, positive cards, positive energy. And this looks like she's dancing. She's enjoying herself. She's being free. She's being happy. Being happy. Being in her joy. So if you pick card 3 as your main card, that is the energy that you want to create from this week. That's the energy that you want to tap into. How can I be more happy? How can I be more joyful? How can I tap into those frequencies? Where do I need to have my mindset? Where do I need to have my energy? What do I need to put into my body to feel more joy and more happy? How can I nourish and nurture myself so I can feel more happy? Renew and relax without guilt, without conditions. Be in your authority. Reclaim your power without guilt, without conditions. And tap into those activities that have you be happy, have you be in your joy. And guess what? more of that abundance and that prosperity and that wealth, love, time, freedom, health is the happy byproduct of you being in your happiness, being in your space, being in your freedom. It's in this card. All of that fly with the waterfall. It's coming in. She's just being, she's not doing. She's just enjoying the surroundings and knowing that she feels really fulfilled in that space, and it's really lighting her up. So the abundance is flowing in. She's dancing. She wants to move her body. That's what brings her joy. The money's rolling in. Now the money is symbolic for whatever, but she's not allowing the things that her conditions, her guilt, whatever the stories are, she's not allowing that to deter her from creating and being happy and joyful. The inner authority, she's just being on the lion. That's the connection. That's her authority. She feels strong. She feels powerful. That's her connection. That's her joy. And the response for that is she feels in her power. She feels sovereign. She feels strong. She feels courageous. That's the happy byproduct there. So this is all about being and noticing what the happy byproduct is of that, but also notice where you try and stop yourself from being in a place of abundance, receiving, relaxation, in your joy, in your happiness. How do you try and deter that? That's what I want you to really focus on this week. Look at it with curiosity, do some journaling around it. I will put an appropriate meditation transmission at the end of this particular video. Remember what I'm doing. And it might be that I'll do something on Wednesday also to speak to this in a little bit more detail. If I don't have something really specific, and I'm not sure if I've got something really specific, I will tune in and I'll see what my guides think is going to be the best for now. But I might create something else as well. So being, not doing, allow yourself to be in a receptive state, see where you block that yourself from being able to receive in alignment and receive the optimal goodness and all of that that's out there. Now your karmic challenge totally feeds into all of this. And you're going to laugh when you see the card. Karmic challenges is gratitude practice. You can't make this up. And she's got her arms open and she wants to receive. She wants to receive the rainbows and all of the beautiful light codes and the abundance that the universe has available and all of this expansion and openness and being in nature and just all of that. She is up for receiving. She feels very grateful in this space, but this is a karmic challenge. So what are you placing in your mind? What is coming up for you as a repeat pattern or behavior, negative narrative that doesn't allow you to receive without doing, that doesn't allow you to receive all that is available to receive? That's what I'm being given. Where do you put limits on your receiving because of fear, because of responsibility, because it feels too much, because too much is expected of you, it's too much responsibility? Where do you place limits on your receiving because it might feel guilty? You know, there's not enough to go around, that you can't receive too much. Where do you limit yourself? Let me know. And this is the karmic challenge. So bring awareness to that. Activate some forgiveness around those beliefs, those stories, those fears. And then just say to yourself, this is not true for me anymore. I'm going to let this go. I'm going to release this from my Akashic records. I'm going to release this from my whole body system, my energy field, my mental bodies. This is not my truth anymore. It might have served me up to a point, but this is not my truth anymore. So I release it. Cancel, alt, delete. And you are empowered. You're able to do that. Now, if you want to bring in a spiritual tool to help you, if you use a pendulum, anti-clockwise spin. If you don't use a pendulum, invoke the violet flame of Saint Germain. The violet flame is under the law of one, so anybody can invoke it. Even if you don't do spiritual practices or anything like that, you don't feel like you're a healer, you're able to invoke the violet flame. And then just imagine that you're standing in the violet flame and you're just transmuting anything that came up for you. Just allow it to transmute, allow it to be released. And just sit with your eyes closed and maybe just imagine that that violet flame is there until you feel the shift of energy and you feel a bit lighter, or it doesn't feel just as heavy, or it just feels like it's done, it's complete. And you'll know, trust yourself, you'll know. And do that as many times as you want. You know, that will work through layers, invoking the violet flame. Thank the violet flame for its work, its support, and then just continue through the week and do that as many times as you feel that you need to. Any healing that you do, though, I would recommend that you drink lots of water the next 24 hours afterwards, because that physically flushes the system, your system as well. So gratitude practice. Now, of course, as part of this, you may want to start a gratitude practice if you don't have one. So that can be a gratitude journal. So I note 5 things every evening. It's a beautiful way to end the day. 5 things that I've been grateful for through the day. Very, very small things. They can be quite big things as well, but usually it's quite small. And, you know, sometimes there's some repetition from day to day. That's perfect. It doesn't matter. It's just doing that act of gratitude and sitting with that energy of being grateful. And it's showing the universe that you're grateful, that you're thankful for the things that you're receiving in your life, things that are a reflection of your actions and the things that you have consciously or unconsciously created. And you're being grateful for that. And there might be things there that you're not very grateful for, but you may want to put them down, because there will be loads of lessons and learnings in there as well. So you can still give gratitude to that. You know, that's showing a high emotional awareness around the things that you're manifested that perhaps you don't want to manifest, but you're still offering thanks and gratitude for that. You know, that's beautiful. So, karmic challenge, being open to receive, open to receive without doing, just being, and just noticing where that feels icky and transmuting whatever you can around that, and just being in gratitude for your life and your experience this week. But it's all about being, and it's about receiving. So let me know how those cards resonate. It's a beautiful, powerful week of us being in our sovereignty, being in our power, and being in our being, and being in our joy, being in our happiness. So how can you really amplify that this week, and notice where the dissonance, the uncomfortableness comes up, and do something with it. Take your power back and do something with it. You don't have to squash it down. You don't have to hide it away. Just like, okay, I'll see that. So I'm going to get the violet flame on that, and I'm going to clear it away. You're totally able to do that. Okay, so let me know how the cards resonate. Let me know if you want to work with me one-to-one. I'm here to support and help you hold space. Do some Akashic clearing, 3-month forecasts. We can do all of that. Or if you want to get your own deck and play along with me each week, this is a modality in a box. It's just not a set of oracle cards. The link will be in the comments below or in the description. Okay, so check out the video at the end. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And love and blessings. Have a beautiful week. Bye.